What's going on, Internet? My name's MFlareFlare, and welcome back to another episode of Double Trouble, the Pokemon Double Battle Spot series that we're going to play through at least for a couple episodes until Pokemon Sun and Moon come out, and we're going to get right back into things with the same final episode with the same teams we had in the last episode of Charizard Y, Venusaur, Milotic, Scrafty, Landorus, and Rotom. Current record is 2-0. This is the Pledge team that we have here. There's 2 wins currently, and we're going to see if we can't get one more win with this team before we shake things up a little bit. And got Dwayne here from Flanders in Belgium. I can't believe they don't put provinces down. It's just the region. His team is a very powerful one: a Breloom, Mawile, Milotic, Hydreigon, Whimsicott, and Dusclops. So, looking at his team, he's probably got the Mega Mawile, probably Focus Sashed, Whimsicott, Life Orb, Breloom, the Eviolite, Dusclops, Lefties, or Citrus, Milotic, and a Scarfed Hydreigon. Now, on my team, he has 2 fairy types. Now, I think this is the time where I go ahead and lead with the Charizard Venusaur, just because he doesn't really have an answer for it. At least not unless he led with something else, but seeing as I could just Mega Evolve Protect. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to lead with Charizard Venusaur. That does pretty well against my opponent's entire team. And there you see my Charizard. Now, what to bring in the ball? I think Scrafty is a must, especially for knockoff, and seeing how it has such great coverage against the Hydreigon and the Dusclops. We could not bring them, but I think it's pretty safe to say that at least one of them might show up. And the Landorus would be nice, but I mean, it doesn't. Charizard Venusaur does really well, minus the Hydreigon, which we have Scrafty for. Milotic, Venusaur, Whimsicott, Charizard, Scrafty against the Dusclops, Breloom, Charizard, Venusaur, and Mawile. So the third one, I think, I'm going to bring the Rotom just as another Bulkymon. And we'll see what Dwayne has for us from Flanders. It is actually, right now as I'm recording this, about 10:30 at night over there in Belgium. Cool country if you've never been. I highly, highly recommend going to visit. So that's where I actually first got into Pokemon, was over there when it first came out. So he's going to lead off with the Whimsicott and the Milotic, which isn't necessarily the best situation for me. So what I think I'm going to do turn was, I'm just screwing the Protect. I'm just going to Mega Evolve, go for a Heat Wave and an Energy Ball on the Milotic. In worst case scenario, the Milotic, someone's going to get paralyzed by the Whimsicott unless the Whimsicott decides to set up a sub, which you can very well see it doing. But so he's actually going to withdraw the Milotic. Interesting play here by my opponent. He's going to send out the Hydreigon. So is I'm going to fire off a Heat Wave and an Energy Ball, which really isn't going to do much at all to anything. So Whimsicott's going to go for a Tailwind here, as I'm going to get off a Heat Wave on both Mons, which is going to do quite a bit of damage in the sun. Knocking the Whimsicott down to the Sash. Not very effective on the Hydreigon. Going to hang on with the Sash. And he gets a burn on the Whimsicott! So that Whimsicott is done. It's going to be interesting to see here, because he's going to have the Tailwind up. So he's going to send out the Mawile here Fire up and intimidate. And I think it is time to pledge up. So I can just pledge out and knock out the Mawile and do a decent chunk, get the Sea of Fire burning. As here comes the Mawile, Mega Evolving. Get very well to go for a Sucker Punch. I don't know if that'll take me out. We'll find out. But yeah, here comes the Sucker Punch onto the Charizard. That's not going to be enough to take me out. The Charizard's going to go for a Draco onto the Charizard. That's going to be enough to knock me out. It's a little bit of a problem. There goes that. So I'm going to bring in the Rotom here, and so now I got to really try and play around with my Venusaur. I'm just going to protect the Venusaur here, and Will-O-Wisp into the Mawile. Basically, I have to knock out this Mawile. And I did not play that last turn very smart. He's going to withdraw the Hydreigon and go out into the Milotic. And Rotom misses the Play Rough and... How much is Grass Pledge? What's the base power of Grass Pledge? I should probably know that. Grass Pledge is Brace 80 and Energy Ball is 90, so... Trying to get a burn off on this Mawile. I mean, is he going to just try and switch the Hydreigon in and out? I think that might be his play, trying to... Venusaur's going to get the energy ball off the Milotic. Might see... And I get the special D-drop, which is decent. Competitive is going to... Oh no. That's bad. So Milotic's going to go for a Safeguard. Great play from my opponent. And I'm going to go for a Play Rough onto the Rotom. I'm going to proc my Citrus Berry. So the Tailwind's petered out, so that's why he's outspeeding. Now basically I'm going to try desperately I should have tried to get a pair on the... Now we see how big that Will-O-Wisp miss was. Now you could very well switch out the... the Milotic, but he's just going to keep it in there. This actually has a special Drew Drop, so that should be enough to take out the Milotic, and it is. Milotic's going to go down. I'm going to go with the Thunderbolt into the Mawile. There's quite a bit of damage. He's going to go for another Play Rough. The Sunlight's going to fade, and now we're in for some serious stuff. So incoming the Hydreigon. Going over for Sludge Bomb into the Hydreigon, and then I'm going to go for... Actually, what I'm going to do is, I think a better play is to double protect, just to see what he's going to lock himself into. Because the real problem is I need to get this Mawile gone for Scrafty to come in and win the game. Mawile is going to go for the Sucker Punch. He's going to fail. He's going to go for Fire Blast onto the Venusaur. So I guess that's what Hydreigon's locking himself into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take care of the Mawile here and just try to knock it out. He's going to go for the Fire Blast. He's going to connect with the Venusaur. Don't know. Oh, it's going for Rotom. Okay. Going to player onto the Venusaur. Get an Intimidate drop onto the Mawile. And now the way I think I have to win this is basically this combination of two not very effective moves has to be able to take out the Mawile. So I have to fake out this Mawile, because Mawile and Scrafty aren't going to play nice together. Because Scrafty can take on this Hydreigon no problem. The Mawile, not so much. I'm almost 100% sure the Mawile is going to outspeed. So Scrafty's going to go for the fake out on the Mawile. How much is this going to do? Not enough. I'm going for the Fire Blast onto the Venusaur. Going to connect. And that's a crit. Or not a crit. Rip Scrafty. Yeah, I get it. The only chance I win is if I outspeed the Mawile. He's gonna go for a Fire Blast. Scrafty's gonna avoid. Scrafty uses Drain Punch on the Mawile. Is it gonna be enough? It's gonna be enough to take out the Mawile. Scrafty coming through in the clutch. Guess that Mawile's pretty darn slow, and I'm gonna go for a Drain Punch on the Hydreigon, which should be enough. Seeing as a Scrafty is Assault Vest, this is Fire Blast. Should not do that much. And Scrafty's going to get the Drain Punch off, and that should be good night, Hydreigon. And that is going to be one heck of a Scrafty comeback. Man, that got my heart racing. And I'm going to defeat Dwayne. Good game, Dwayne. Came down to the wire there. Scrafty was going to outspeed Mawile. Didn't know if that was going to happen. But we were able to pull out the W with that game. But so that's going to wrap things up for this team and this episode of Double Trouble. I'd like to thank you for coming out and watching. Hope to see you next time. And I'm going to get out of here. Goodbye.